Yo, what's up? It's new parts day. That's right, I got new stuff going on the KTM. That's right, I got a Scott's steering dampener, off-road steering dampener. We're gonna put that on. And I got the Tripleclamp Moto mount. It's not the shock squishy kind, but you know, I'm gonna mount these up on the KTM 790. Not sure what it's gonna take, but we're gonna find out. This is a steering dampener, steering stabilizer. I guess they call it a couple things. Scott's, this is pretty awesome. It's off-road, so it works on the street as well as off-road. Basically, it dampens going out like a street does, but then it's free to center. What happens as it goes past center, it dampens again going out, and then it's free to center again. So basically, it's giving stability to the rider. It's keeping the wheels more straight, high deflection, stuff like that. It's got a high speed and a low speed, so it can be adjusted. I'll get into adjustments later, but right now I'm just gonna get it on the bike, and I'm probably gonna leave it at stock settings. It also has these for when it breaks free, what kind of angle before it breaks free. But I went with this because it's a little hard mount. You see a lot that have like little squishy things in them to reduce vibration stuff. I don't know how this is going to work out. This is a little cheaper option. I hear some people say that the squishy things aren't really that great anyway. I don't know. I haven't tried either kind. And they give me a post here for the stabilizer. So now I'm going to be honest. The reason I'm buying this stabilizer is because Chris Birch runs one. If you're not familiar with Chris Birch, he's a KTM Red Bull guy. And he doesn't run the Scott stabilizer, but he runs a different kind. I think that's just because he's sponsored by him. He runs an off-road steering stabilizer. So I was going to put one on. And anyway, Chris Birch talks about you can't move these forward from the stock position any further because it messes up the handling. So I'm not going past that. I'm going to mount it the same way that Chris Birch does. Center hole, and then twist these a little bit the opposite way to give more room to open up the cockpit a little bit. And then that post is going to go right here. I think there's a thread under here. You can see here they're not really centered. It's not the same, so they can be flip-flop a little bit to give it a little more space. Well, this is a stock setup with the center hole being used for the post, and then the little extended side is towards the rider. But Chris Birch says don't go any further forward than the center hole, and flipping this away from the rider. That's as far as you can go forward without causing steering problems. And that's from Chris Birch. So I'm setting up my 790 just like he does. There's 3 holes here, alright? On this here, there's 3 holes, but see how they're offset a little bit. So if I just set it down and I put the bottom holes over the bottom holes, just like that, the holes line up perfect. And then you can't see this here, but this hole is basically in line. It's just offset a little bit. So it's not moving my bars any farther forward at all. It is raising them, and I think it's about, I think some say 20, I think this is 25. 25 is basically an inch. It's going to be basically same as stock, but just raised 25 millimeters, an inch. And that's what Chris Birch does. Same thing. So you can see there's studs in there. I took the little plug out. I Loctited these, and I'm going to Loctite this. They say to Loctite this really good. That's the pin holder. It's come right out, but they want 15 Newton meters or 11 foot-pounds torque. Got my base down, got the Scots down. It comes with Loctite on there. I Loctited these, that's Loctited, I Loctited that. And it's pretty close. It's just under there. Try to add it. Now I'll put my bars back on. I'll get in the settings in a little bit. Okay, so what I did is I put the wrong screws in. The screws that come with the kit go in the holders, and then the stock screw goes to put the clamp on. It's because this is shorter, so it needs to be a shorter screw. It bottoms out on this, and I got it facing forward, so you can see the little further apart. Well, I put the bars on. And somebody had mentioned in one of the comments the next thing to do is bark busters. They're probably right. The reservoir for the brake, these things go right into it. You can't rotate the whole levers down for standing because it rotates that, which puts it into this. So these guards they face way down. You see a lot of people, they're facing way down towards the ground. And they don't protect a whole lot coming in here because they're pushed down. Pretty stupid. It's because they don't go far enough. So I'm probably going to have to get new aluminum ones just to be able to rotate my bars and still for the things to work the way they're supposed to. But I was thinking maybe I'll rotate my bars a little bit to help that. Shit. There it is. You can see there's degrees on where the bars should go. I don't remember where they were from stock, but I kind of want to rotate them forward a little bit to get my levers lower than parallel. Let me keep them away from me a little bit. Okay, and I got it pretty even. Got the numbers are right on the edge of that, and the numbers are right on the edge of that. Bars look pretty even. I gotta take the stock steering stabilizer off. Alright, I got the stock steering stabilizer off. Just 3 screws, one in here, and then these 2 mount up here. Come out not too bad. You got it. These are 10 mil. Use a little wrench to get on there. I also took off these washers that come off the post. They come off this post here. I had it a little too high right there. I was rubbing on that. So I got rid of the washers in it. So now I get into the settings. Okay, I'm going to run over this real quick. This is your the base valve adjustment here. It adjusts the amount of resistance you feel as you turn the bars left to right. As you turn this knob clockwise to the right, you'll increase stiffness of the stabilizer. Counterclockwise of this base valve will be less stiff or a softer feel. As you turn the base knob valve, you'll feel a click. There are 8 clicks to 1 full turn of the knob. There's a positive stop after 3 turns out. So you can't go any farther than 3 turns out. It comes stock one full turn out from clockwise, which is 8 clicks. 8 clicks in a turn. That's their starting spot. They say to ride like that for a little while and start conservative and adjust from there. Now I know some people are, this is 8 clicks out on the stock setting, they're going 12 clicks out. So a looser setting is 12 clicks out from clockwise. Yeah, and the base valve is the low speed. This is the high speed. It's got a cap on it. Take the cap off and you make adjustments. They say to make adjustments 1/8 of a turn. It's designed to absorb the large unexpected hits, hidden tree roots, potholes, and it reacts to spikes that exceed the current base settings. It's not like the base valve, there's no click. Each position is a new adjustment. So it has less effect if you turn the valve setting clockwise, and it has more effect as you turn the base valve to the left. So they're one turn out from clockwise, one full turn out from clockwise. That's the stock setting. And some people find this a little too stiff. It's good for like high-speed desert stuff, but they find it too stiff for single track. So what I've heard people doing is lowering this. It's one full turn out. They're saying one full and then plus a half turn out is a loose setting. So stock is one full turn out, a loose setting is 1.5 turn out, full turns out. The base is 8 clicks from clockwise at the stock setting, but a looser setting is 12 clicks. But they say to run it stock like this and adjust it from there, so we'll see how it goes. I'm going to leave it like this and run it. I also have these sweep controls. I don't know that I'll be able to show it to you now, but it's right here. And it's got a slot and a dot, but it basically looks like this. And it makes like an arrow towards pointing. So on one side of the slot, there's a little groove cut out, and that points to where it is. The stock position comes at the 12 o'clock, and there's one on both sides, so you need to adjust them the same on both sides. And here's what they're talking about. At 9 o'clock, dampening is 34 degrees. 12 o'clock, dampening is 44 degrees. Right, 3 o'clock, it's 54 degrees, and 6 o'clock, it's 90 degrees. I'm going to leave it at the 12 o'clock and see how that goes. And that's the stock position. But that is the Scott steering stabilizer, steering dampener. I think Scott calls it steering stabilizer. Some people refer to them as dampeners, but it just gives stability to the rider off-road. Pretty sweet. On the KTM 790, 890, it's going to be the same on an 890, so. But pretty cool little off-road mod. It's supposed to work like where you don't know it, so just because you don't feel it doesn't mean it's not working, but it should help on the off-road and the thicker sand and stuff. But hopefully you liked the video. Give me a thumbs up if you did. You want to see more content like this and adventure touring, go ahead and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.